What's driving silver demand? Good evening, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Remember, always live with no edits. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button now, as you're going to like what I'm about to say. So yes, two very, very important pieces right here. Of course, I have a maple leaf to my left, and to my right, I have a classic Steamboat Willie. And these are just super, super cool, super unique. And I would recommend every collector to get their hands on at least one or two of these. So right here, as you can see, these Steamboat Willies are commemorative pieces, and they're sure to please Disney and Mickey Mouse fans everywhere. The extremely high quality and purity of these rounds are grabbing the attention of coin collectors, silver stackers, and audiences of all kinds. This collectible round features a meticulously sculptured still frame of Mickey Mouse at the wheel in Disney's Steamboat Willie. Mickey Mouse, without a doubt, is the most famous mouse of all time. Always recognizable, and this is on a global scale. The reverse design shows the Steamboat and the 1928 year-to-date for when the animated short was released. These rounds have exquisite detailing and high-quality craftsmanship that reflects the piece's artistic and collectible value. That's really always what wins me over. Not so much that it's this Disney piece, but just the quality that's gone into it. Its image captures the essence of an era where creativity and innovation began to shape the future of entertainment. It serves as a tribute to the early animators, their creativity, making it more than just a collectible. This is truly a piece of history. And you know, Disney, this is where it made its mark, you know, here in America. And you think of, okay, what is America? Generally, in the stereotype, next to McDonald's, you're gonna look at Disney. You're gonna say, "Oh yeah, Disney, that's America," or at least it had been. But yes, folks, let's talk more about silver. In just the last 2 years, the demand for silver in solar has jumped 73%, and we're talking hundreds of millions of ounces of silver. What's driving silver demand? Solar. And the more solar the more silver in a solar panel, the better that solar panel will perform and last. The more silver, the more energy output. Tell me how much silver is in your system, and I'll tell you how good your system is. The cost is justified by the energy output. Silver is a 1 billion ounce a year market. Who wants to be the last one holding worthless paper? That's how these central banks are looking at it. They're accumulating metals, gold and silver, as a hedge against currency devaluation. We're borrowing $1 trillion every quarter because we're a country that's addicted to spending. We're insolvent, we're broke, and yet we're giving money away all over the place. A lot of institutional money is pouring into Bitcoin and physical metals. Yesterday, the halving, which happens every 4 years, took place. Do you remember the 2021 phenomenon? That's when I was just getting started in the crypto and silver game. Then we had a drop, and we are currently back to where we were years later. When I first heard of Bitcoin a decade ago, my roommate at the time had 20 Bitcoins, which he had all bought for around $120 each. I remember thinking back then, this guy's a fool. Like, what the hell is this Bitcoin? I mean, he just got ripped off spending, $120 on this nonsense. I mean, that's what I remember believing genuinely. I legitimately thought my roommate was a moron. Remember, this is a decade ago. Long story short, he profited about $35,000. He sold them all off. We were both young kids at the time, about 20 years old, 21 years old. And I remember thinking, this is the luckiest son of a, in the world. Then I look back and imagine what his life would have been if he had held on to those 20 Bitcoin. This is how I see silver playing out. In the future, people will vomit at the fact that they didn't buy silver when it was still affordable, when it was still $30, $35 the way it is right now. The way only rich people can now afford gold and Bitcoin, soon only the rich will be able to afford silver. The United States of America has already accepted Bitcoin ETFs. That's a massive embrace of this technology. This is taking place all while many Americans can't afford to live. Credit card delinquencies are soaring. The American people as a whole are struggling to pay their debts. And so they're not. Meanwhile, you have individuals like Mark Zuckerberg, who is selling $500 million worth of stock. Elon Musk, who's liquidating, millions, hundreds of millions. Jeff Bezos, who's also selling hundreds of millions. The Walmart family, liquidating billions. Warren Buffett, liquidating hundreds of millions. All these industry titans are selling and in turn buying farmland, infrastructure, and they're even building bunkers. They're preparing for a situation in the world that could potentially happen. I'm not saying society is going to collapse, but these billionaires, they're acting like something massive, detrimental, chaotic is going to take place. Do they know something that we don't? Probably. They're billionaires. They live in the know by default. KNOW. They live in the know. They know everything that's happening. And they're always steps ahead because they live in the know. They have the insight. So yes, I do think it's concerning that they're liquidating right now, all at the same time buying bunkers, building bunkers off of islands. They're just getting away from everybody. And they're doing it all at the same time. So I'm concerned. I think it is something to be concerned about. And one of the reasons why you should be stacking on precious metals, why you should be stacking on bullets, owning firearms, having enough water, having enough food. And I'm talking enough water and food to last you months because nothing is far-fetched at this point. We've already been living through so much here in this nation where laws are changing, people are changing. You would have thought it was far-fetched, a decade ago. It ain't far-fetched, it's happening. So yes, guys, check this out right here. Always selling my favorite silver. This is a 2021 Canadian maple leaf. The Canadian silver maple leaf was introduced in 1988 by the Royal Canadian Mint, marking Canada's entry into the production of 1-ounce silver bullion coins. These pieces have been minted annually, showcasing the mint's commitment to quality and purity in bullion production. There you have it. The iconic maple leaf on the reverse, a symbol deeply associated with Canadian identity. Then you have the obverse displaying the profile of Queen Elizabeth II, with transitions reflecting changes in her portraits over the years. So not all of them had looked like this prior. These are particularly renowned for their 99.99 silver purity. So unlike your typical silver that has 3 nines, this is very, very pure. You have 4 nines, making it one of the finest silver bullion coins available globally. Since 2014, the Royal Canadian Mint has added advanced security features to these silver maple leafs, including radial lines and a micro-engraved laser mark, enhancing the authenticity and resistance to counterfeiting. So that's very nice about these. If you are afraid on what silver you should be stacking, you can't go wrong with these maple leafs because they're very, very difficult to counterfeit, replicate. So if you're getting your hands on them, chances are you are just getting quality coin, a real coin. But folks, as always, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Silver Dad Knows. I'm loving the support. I'm almost at 600 subscribers and been getting a lot of views, guys. So yes, thank you so much for for watching and being entertained and learning with me. And as always, guys, God bless you. God bless your households. Originated in America. God bless these great United States.